So it's early morning. It is, I think, 25 after 7 in the morning, and we're doing shortbread cookies. You might be thinking it's a little early for Christmas, but since I only do one video a week, I'm going to be starting from now until Christmas, showing you what I typically do every Christmas time. So I think there's only 6 weeks left, so we'll go through 6 recipes, which I do way more than that, but we'll start with 6 recipes. And today we're doing
shortbread cookies.
And I like to put jam in my shortbread cookies, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get started right away. Ooh, that's not a knife. This is a knife. That's a reference for Crocodile Dundee. So the first thing that we need is 3 cups of butter. Yep, lots of butter in this recipe. So I'm gonna cut this in half because once again, a full pound of butter is 2 cups. And we're gonna pop that in there, Justin, and this whole one. Give you a hand here. We're all a little quieter in the mornings, some of us. There you go. So the next ingredient that we're gonna add is 2 cups of cornstarch. Are you looking at the side there, making sure you're getting 2 cups? Give it a shake so it flattens out. Good. That's a half a liter. Not quite, just a little bit more. Tiny bit more. That's good. So give it another shake. Okay, now pour that in. So 2 cups cornstarch. And we need to clean up a mess. This stuff is super fluffy. That's okay. It's okay to get dirty in the kitchen. Okay, we also need 2 cups of icing sugar. Go ahead, Justin. And this is also very light and fluffy, so 2 cups.
Okay.
Can you put your cup down? Thank you. I'd be a lot more careful. Excuse me. It's going to be close to 2 cups. Another shake. Oh, I did almost 3 cups, so let's put some back. Still a little too much. I guess I was really feeling like a sweetie today. Okay, go ahead and pour that in, Justin. Carefully this time. It's very powdery. So hold your cup down close to where you're pouring. There you go. And we need 4 cups of flour. Okay, that should be good. Pour it in. So our next step is to cut with our pastry blender, just because there's a lot of shortening, but we will be mixing this with our hands. I just found that doing shortbread, that's the easiest way to do it, and it works just fine. We're just starting with a pastry blender so we don't have to squish a whole 1.5 pounds of butter in one go. So now you will need your warmth from your hands to mix this up properly. You don't want it too warm though, so if your hands are really warm, then I recommend that you just put them under cold water for 10-15 seconds, just to cool them down a little bit, because your butter is going to melt a little bit too much. I know it's weird. It should melt a tiny bit to mix this. And by the way, that's all the ingredients that there are in shortbread. There's only 4 ingredients. So, and this one I got from one of my best friend's moms, and she was this Ukrainian lady, and she was such an amazing cook. So here's ode to you, Josie. You taught me a lot of different recipes. You were like my second mom. Okay. So now we're gonna mix with our hands, and we have to mix it until all the dry ingredients are mixed into the butter. So it's just grab a handful, squish. And you have to be a little gentle with this because your ingredients are gonna fly out of your bowl because icing sugar and cornstarch are very light and powdery. Why don't you give this a go, Justin? Just get this stuff off the counter. Go ahead, give it a go. Go ahead. Okay, turn your bowl so you can get the side so that doesn't spill over. Good. Keep going. Have to keep going until it forms a ball. And it will form a ball. So this is a pretty large shortbread recipe. I don't know if it's a Ukrainian recipe or not. Like I said, my girlfriend's mom was Ukrainian and she made this and I just loved her shortbread. So I begged her for the recipe one day and she gave it to me. Keep going, Justin, it has to form a ball. Keep squishing. Oh, it's looking nice. It's looking like it's almost there. Let me have a look. Try and get all that shortbread off your hands. Okay, we're almost there. So you have to kind of change your technique just a tiny bit and start squishing all the bits. Clean your hands off in the bowl so we don't lose any. Good. Do the tops as well. So this is almost perfect. Still a little bit of dry stuff on the bottom, so I'm just going to mix it up. Okay, get your hands cleaned in there. Thank you. I know lots of butter in there, so it's going to stick pretty good to your fingers. Good job. Okay, you can go wash your hands. And I'm just going to get the rest of these ingredients that got spilled. We're going to work them in. And we're just about there. So I'm just going to plop this out onto the counter. And put that aside, and I'm just going to work it just a little bit with my hands. Just so that we can incorporate everything in there. Get a nice smooth ball. So normally I double and triple this for Christmas time, but we're a little early. It's November, so I'll probably make some more come closer to Christmas. So now it's a nice ball. It's all smooth. See, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do is if you wanna grab a baking sheet.
Okay.
Okay, normally I have these little tiny scoops that are like the click like ice cream ones, but I've packed those away. So I'm gonna use, this is just a coffee scoop. And this just makes sure that your shortbread is even, okay? So we just press it in there and then pop it out. And we're gonna pop it on here. This is a little bit more difficult because the other thing, you just squish the little handle and the dough pops out. So this takes a little bit more work.
Here, can I have a try?
Sure, just give me a second here. Let me get this one out. Go ahead, Justin. So one of the things I really like about shortbread cookies is you can put jam in them, and my hands are a little slippery right now. So I'm gonna take the lid off, I think. Let me just see, there we go. Okay, so I just take a bowl and I put some jam into it. And sometimes jam is kind of set so it's not like this. Like it's where you can like literally almost take out a slice of it. But this one's good. And I stir it. So it kind of gets like this. Okay, then I take my thumb my big fat thumb, and I just put a hole, a little cup as it were. Now shortbread does flatten out some when you're baking. It doesn't flatten out a ton. And some people call these thumb cookies, but thumb cookies I think is actually a different cookie recipe itself, but I make them like thumb cookies. So we're gonna put a dozen on here because we gotta watch for spread. And then I take my jam and I just fill the little cup. You don't need very much. And everybody seems to like them with the jam in them. This is how I really like them. Just a little dabble of jam. Gives a little burst of flavor into your cookies. Oops, maybe a little bit too much there. Okay, so Justin, I'm gonna get you to finish up this tray. Don't forget to do the thumb and the jam. Okay, these are getting smaller and smaller. You have to make sure that they're right packed, full. Okay? So pop that one on. Okay, do your thumb, do the jam, and then these suckers can go in the oven. You gotta make a little bit deeper of a cup, so instead of pushing down like this, push down with the top of your thumb. Good, that's good. Okay, you wanna try giving it some jam?
Sure.
So this is just what they call generic jam. That's a lot on your spoon. I meant on your spoon. And try not to spill the jam on here because the jam is gonna get super hot and it's gonna burn on your tray. Okay, keep going please. Okay, here's a little trick. Just take it on the end of your spoon. You don't need it all the way up to the back of the spoon. Doesn't really do any good. Okay, Justin, why don't you go ahead and pop those in the oven? Okay, middle shelf for cookies. And yes, I have a lot of dough to cook, but you only cook cookies one tray at a time to get even heat. Can you push it in all the way and then shut the oven, please? Watch your fingers. I don't have the little metal things to pull the racks out. Okay, so shortbread takes anywhere between 20-25 minutes. But you have to watch it. This is one of the reasons why I really like my stoneware, because whatever color the cookie is on the top is the color it's going to be on the bottom. Metal, a lot of times, will scorch, or not even scorch, just the bottom of your cookie is way darker color than your tops. And shortbread should be white. It shouldn't be brown at all. So I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. And sometimes it seems like it takes more time. Sometimes it seems like it takes less time, even though it's the same temperature. I'm gonna guess it's how dry your ingredients are based on the humidity in your atmosphere. So we're gonna set for 20 and we're gonna watch. When that 20 minutes up, we're gonna check. If they're not quite ready, we're gonna leave it for another 5. And we'll be back when we're done baking all of these cookies. All right, our timer is going to go right away. Oh, there we go. This is the 20-minute mark, so I'm just going to have a quick peek at them, see if they're ready. Excuse me, don't want to show you my bum. And they are ready. So I'll bring these up to the camera so you can see. And in case you're wondering, Justin and our cameraman are now doing school because I have homeschooled for years. So just to give you a little look-see what they look like. They look gorgeous. They're not browned. You want them to stay white, but they should look dry and not shiny. And that's how you know that they're done. Now I'm going to continue baking downstairs in our classroom. And when we're all finished, we'll have our tasters, okay? So we'll see you in a little bit. Oh, one thing I wanted to say is try not to leave your cookies on your cookie sheet too long, 1-2 minutes, and that's it. Because they will continue to bake on your sheets, and you don't want that to happen because then you get brown bottoms. So I'm just gonna leave them here just for like 1 minute, and then I'm gonna take them off and I will show you where I'm gonna put them onto our cooling racks until they're fully cooled. All right, so we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so if our cameraman wants to come over here and take a look at our cookies, you can see that they're still white. The bottoms are slightly brown, but not too bad.
Yeah, and Gabby
And
me.
I have another 5 dozen cookies cooking in the basement. And but this is why we did our video in the morning, because it takes a while to get all those batches of cookies done, since you can only cook them 1 batch at a time, 1 dozen at a time. I have a joke for you guys.
What?
How do you get a squirrel to like you? You act like a nut.
Yeah, so I can.
Okay, who wants to taste?
Me.
Nobody. Grab one.
Mine.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Justin.
Yum. Hey, mommy, if you never found this channel, you never made it so good.
Thank you. They taste really good. You like them, guys? Okay. So thanks for joining us at another Aspiring Teen Chef.
Yeah.
Remember to subscribe. Hit the bell if you want to be notified of more awesome cooking videos. And like. And please leave any comments in the section down below. Okay, you guys have a good day. And we're actually really early today. It's only 20 after 9. So we're all done for the day. You have a good day. Ready?
Yep.
Bye.